ever try to explain this to someone and they just don't get it?
First game I watched, didn't know the score, just knew I'd be back for more. Cold hands, hot cheeks in the hallway glow, a stranger yelling shoot from the row. I kept score on a folded receipt, saw my name in the bounce of the seats. You laugh like I've been here before, then I knew, yeah I knew for sure. Now my heart runs there every time you call. One small spark turns into it all. I'm back for more, I'm back for more. Same old roar, I'm back for more. You call, I run, you smile, I fall. I'm back for more, through it all. Now I know the plays by the way they bend, know the look when the season leans. Got a worn-out jacket on the backseat now, in a secret grin I wear out loud. You still ask why I care this much, like it's just a game, just luck. But I saw my life in that opening tip, one quick move and I was in it. Now my heart runs there every time you call. One small spark turns into it all. I'm back for more, I'm back for more. Same old roar, I'm back for more. You call, I run, you smile, I fall. I'm back for more, through it all. Oh, maybe I can't explain it right, maybe that's the whole damn truth. Some things hit once then stay, like a name carved through. I'm back for more, I'm back for more. Same old roar, I'm back for more. You call, I run, you smile, I fall. I'm back for more, through it all. Oh.
You ever try to explain this to someone and they just don't get it?
First game I watched, didn't know the score, just knew I'd be back for more. Cold hands, hot cheeks in the hallway glow, a stranger yelling shoot from the row. I kept score on a folded receipt, saw my name in the bounce of the seats. You laugh like I've been here before, then I knew, yeah I knew for sure. Now my heart runs there every time you call. One small spark turns into it all. I'm back for more, I'm back for more. Same old roar, I'm back for more. You call, I run, you smile, I fall. I'm back for more, through it all. Now I know the plays by the way they bend, know the look when the season leans. Got a worn-out jacket on the backseat now, in a secret grin I wear out loud. You still ask why I care this much, like it's just a game, just luck. But I saw my life in that opening tip, one quick move and I was in it. Now my heart runs there every time you call. One small spark turns into it all. I'm back for more, I'm back for more. Same old roar, I'm back for more. You call, I run, you smile, I fall. I'm back for more, through it all. once, then stayed like a name carved through. I'm back for more, I'm back for more. Same old roar, I'm back for more. You call, I run, you smile, I fall. I'm back for more, through it all. Oh.
From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Old stories, living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the back says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame. Just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know. We don't chase a moment, we are the hope. Hands up high, voice up loud. Same old pride, same crowd. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Blue till the end.
From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. down hard. We don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the badge says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold, we were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome for another edition of the Chelsea News Roundup show. I do hope you're all doing well. I'm a little bit tired, but I said no, we're not going to miss another day of no show on Chelsea Perspective. And it's match day for some of you already. For some of us, it's a few hours more. I'd say in 6 hours or so, it'd be match day for us. It's still 6 p.m. CST for me. And thank you for joining. We're getting closer and closer for 30k subscribers. To 30k subscribers, just a few more hundreds, and I think we'll be there soon. And I appreciate you all for all the support. And I know quite well I'd be stupid if I believed I could have done it alone. A lot of some of them no more. One more person. Unfortunately, Roger Dodger, rest his soul. I still love him, and we will do a dedicated show for him one day. But that's by the way. We're here to talk about the Chelsea home game against Nottingham Forest, a tough one. And some stuff I read on Vince's timeline the other day that we've not been able to beat them at home since they returned to the Premier League. Wow. Some interesting. But we're here to talk about the game. We'll talk about Chelsea's managerial hunt. We'll talk about some news out of there, some comments from the manager's presser. It will be a fun day. And as usual, even though we don't have a lot lined up to talk about, be rest assured, we will talk a lot about the small stuff we have to talk about, because here it's about you and the panelists. It's not, we're here to exchange ideas, have a conversation, and then arrive at a sensible conclusion. All we can do is speculate. We don't work for the club. But I have my bros comment here on the screen. Mabas05, aka MB05. He says, big up to you too. Hopefully Chelsea can get a win against Nottingham Forest on Monday. I hope we do, but in all honesty, I get it. It doesn't look like it's possible again for us to get Champions League football, but never say never. If we don't get that, I'd rather us not play in Europe. But let's see. Maybe the Europa League, because if you win it, you get a chance to participate in the following edition of the Champions League. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. MBO5, wish you were here. Ty, let me know what's cracking you up. I really do want to know. I need that laugh. But Ty, I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you. Have you confirmed anything? Hopefully nothing sad indeed, what you shared with me in private. Big up to you too, Share Wendy Williams, my sister. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. I do hope you are doing well. Always available to show love to the community, either by sharing the post, the video on X, or even joining here, dropping a like on the video. That does go a long way, and I appreciate that. So if you're following the show and you haven't, please take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Yes, we still do beg for likes, and that's because we're still a small account. We're not a big account yet, but we're getting closer and closer to that milestone, and we can't do it without you. So we need your help. The more likes you drop on the video, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered and be forced to push the stream to more people who'd be interested in the topics we have lined up. But it's all over here, and thank you for joining. All right, I have my bro in the house. Ibro, my bro, much love to you. Always nice to see you, brother. I do hope you're doing well. Big up to you too. Dangwanaya Keke Lahia. All right. We'll get into addressing the items we have lined up without wasting much of your time. Mod Manor is ready to go at work already. That's nice to see. Let's see. What else do we have here? Yep, Mod Manor is at work and active, to be more specific there. All right, let's see. Let's move on. Let's start addressing the items we have lined up without wasting much of your time. And the usual place, if you're an OG here, you'd know that definitely we're going to Vince's timeline, my most trusted source on X, one of Chelsea's biggest X account. And the reason I trust him is that he keeps it 100% objective. And sometimes he presents his opinion and he's always open to counter opinions. Yeah, and that's why I love him so much, and I will always trust him to keep it 100% objective. Sorry, I have to take my time. I have to slow things down a bit so that, yeah, the X timeline we want to use is still loading. I'm quite sure this is not due to me having a poor internet connection, but I don't have a poor internet connection. If I tell you how much I pay for internet connection monthly, I don't think you'd believe it, because you still question, okay, you start asking me why it's still so slow. All right, let me see here. I'm gonna go back to to the main window here, solo window, and see, and then recheck. Yep, there you go. I think we're back. So I'm going to go back to the presentation window so we can start addressing items there. It's still kind of slow, not really quick. But please, while you wait for me, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. So back to the presentation window here we go. All right, the first item, that is Callum McFarlane on Levi Colwill. I think it'd be accurate to say on Levi Colwill's availability for our next game. He reads, when someone has had an injury that long, you have to be patient, not to rush. Take it day by day. Things can change day by day. His feelings can change day by day. So we take it step by step. And when he feels ready to play, then he will play. We just need to manage his minutes in those moments, to not push him too much, because yeah, we don't want to risk re-injuring him. That's the first time I'm seeing someone to use the word re-injuring him, but he looks brilliant, looks in a really good place. We are really hopeful we can see him up before the end of the season. I think we will. He's played for the under 18s or so, and one of them I heard he played 90 minutes, so that's a good sign. But still, I think the intensity, the difference in intensity between the youth competition and the first team competition, for me, I think it's something to consider when giving him minutes, not to assume that they measure in terms of intensity and risk him suffering a setback and staying out for a long while again. So it's a good idea, actually, a sensible a sensible thing to do, in my opinion, because we've been there where we've had players who's been out for a while return to full training and then end up getting injured again and being out for a while. I think Reece will be a prime example for that sort of situation. I think we've addressed this one. The next item here, after news hunting, we're not going to let it run for a while. After news hunting, then we'll get to the match preview exercise proper. All right, let's see. Real Madrid coach Alvaro Aboa, all teams run more than us. We need to run more pressing and defending talent. Talent alone is not enough. That's talent. I'd say that's him having a dig at all the sliding at all the superstars at Real Madrid, because that's actually a fact. They're all big egos, you know. You can feel like they're all, you can say, the best in the world. They don't press effectively, in my opinion. I think the last time Real Madrid pressed like games are important to them, I think, was under Carlo and also under Mourinho. Actually, they've changed over time. And I think Mourinho, if eventually he takes over, I think he changes that. So McFarlane on Cole Ice Palmer. Give me a second here. Give me a second. All right, so there will be a few more interruptions there because I'm at home. I'm home alone with my gang. Yeah, for I don't want to. You get that? Yeah. But at this stage, it's Alonso or bust, and we better be quick. But I'm not concerned anyway. I think we've talked about this before, and the truth remains. The Liverpool hierarchy, I think they understand that they made too many changes, and it will take time for the team to gel again. Even at that, they have an awful goalkeeper right now, in my opinion. Defensively, they still need to make some signings. So I think the issues they have is clear. They have a very good squad, but they do need time to gel and gel properly. Even after signing 1,000 players, they still need to make it 1,005. Because they still need to sign more players to get that. So that makes me believe that they're probably not going to push for Alonso because he's less experienced than what's his name, Slot. Plus, bringing in Alonso would also mean starting afresh. I don't think they take that risk. But at the same time, I'm saying we should be quick. If we're already speaking with this camp, I think we should hasten the process and get it over with. Because yeah, I don't want to risk a situation where by the time you could say we have an agreement, he'd change his mind and say, yeah, you know what, I'm no longer interested, which will leave us with Iraola or some other inexperienced manager. Except maybe if they have plans to rehire Thomas Tuchel, then yeah. But let's see. Callum McFarlane says that there's not much difference. In all honesty, he's the same person. And I'll tell you why. A lot of people believe that Cole Palmer, I get it. He's not been, you could say, he's not performed consistently, but that doesn't mean anything has changed. That doesn't mean he's regressed. If you understand football, you'd know that the more of a unit we become, the lesser it'd be all about Cole Palmer. But unfortunately, the average football fan believes that, yeah, we should see the same, you say he should be able to measure the sort of form he showed under Mauricio Pochettino season after season, which I knew. And I warned people, it will never be like that. Why? Because the more we become a unit, the less he'd have hero moments to exploit or to take advantage of and be the standout player week in, week out. We're more of a unit than we were at the time. Even now, there's João Pedro, who's an excellent player. There's him. There are other players we have that are equally capable of producing. That's, you can say, he taking advantage of hero moments. So we've become more of a team than we were under Pochettino, which in turn leads to him leads to the situation not being almost always Cole Palmer. All right, let's see. But big up to you. My bro said hello to you. I've read that one. And where is this one coming out from? But more likes, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do a long way. On YouTube, we have just 5 likes. In total, we have 31 likes. 5 followers on YouTube, and the rest shared between X and Facebook, where the equally Coachila doesn't know. And that is the blue Tifu game. Big up to you, my bro. Even though I'm just going to read your comment for the sake of it. I know I don't believe that you'd comment, you'd contribute in the live chat and not have a go at me. Yellow card for Coachila for leaving the field of play to deal with the subs on his bench. Oh, now I get it. A good one. Wow, you're being fair today. You didn't mix it up with you can say you stating your mind and at the same time having a go at me. Bobby is fine. He's been commenting in the group. I think the evening shows usually at this time he should be in bed. Yeah, so not an issue. He's fine. Bobby is very, very fine. I think he's commented on some of the live shows. After the shows had ended, I've seen his comments, which you could argue his way of showing, yeah, I'm still here, but just cannot join at the times that the shows air. If you understand, so he's good. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation this particular evening. It's still 6:23 p.m. CST for me. And as I promised, we'll start streaming consistently. Yeah, my in-laws will come soon. That will make it a lot easier, but I still need help. We're still looking to hire someone to be hosting one of the shows, either in the mornings. You can say switch it up every now and then. He's good. I believe so. All right, Cole Palmer. So this says he sees things that other people don't see. It was very similar. He was just doing it at a higher level against a higher level of opposition, but very much the same type of player. He's still the same. For me, nothing has changed. And I don't know how many times I'll try to explain that, but that doesn't mean, I'm not saying he's been you can say he's been in excellent form. No, he's struggled, but that doesn't mean he's regressed. But I think a lot of people expect too much from him. They expect him to perform at the same level that he performed under Pochettino. And I'm not going to go back to speaking about why I believe it'd be difficult for him to replicate the sort of form he shows under Pochettino. It could still happen, but I don't think he's going to do that consistently. It's just not possible. But that's by the way, Callum McFarlane on Palmer once again. He said he's still a top player, one of the best in the world. So I have no concerns over Cole being ready to impact games from now to the end of the season, and hopefully in the World Cup, in big moments for England. I think he will. I don't think. I think what's his name? Thomas Tuchel knows him well. I think if he followed the last major competition that England participated in, which was the Euros? Yeah, when what's his name? Gareth Southgate left him on the bench on occasions, and whenever called upon, he answers. He did answer with goals. I was shocked to how Southgate treated Cole Palmer. You could argue his absence was one of the reasons why England didn't do better than they did in that competition. Even he, at some point, when pictured on the bench, he looked. You could tell that he wasn't happy with the way Southgate treated him. I don't think England at the time. I didn't think players that started over him were better than him. But for some reason, Southgate, he thought otherwise. I don't think Palmer should go to the World Cup. He needs to rest and regain form. I think he's good. He's that player that even when people think he played badly, if you take your time to go rewatch some of those games, you'd see that, he was still effective in his own way. Because of the standard he set for himself, it's very difficult for you to get a consensus of opinion that he did very, very well in certain games. It has to take some outstanding performance per game. Usually it takes some outstanding performance per game, like scoring a hat-trick or creating a hat-trick of chances for you to have a consensus of opinion that, Palmer was Palmer today. But in most cases, when people slate him, if you pay attention, you still know, he was still good on the day. He was still impactful on the day. But the average football fan understands goals, assists. And sometimes you could say a dribble success rate does count from an eye test perspective. He says, can you imagine TT winning the World Cup when coming home to Chelsea? The SDs wouldn't have legs to not listen to him. Listen, TT is TT. He's more experienced than them. Even I can imagine that. I would want him. Here's the thing. I strongly believe that I think the fans will be okay with whoever they end up hiring. That's because we've heard that there are more names on the list of the managers that they're considering. But you could argue for some reasons, personal reasons, for those to the respective managers in question, they're not going to mention the names. That's because some of them might still be employed to some countries or clubs, big clubs or big countries, big footballing nations. That should they make it public that those managers are interested, the clubs their current employers will be concerned and could terminate their contract and go for someone else. It's a possibility. So I'm just speculating anyway. I haven't seen the list. We're just going by what the journalists, what they have there. So yeah. All right, let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. This also, Matt Fallon also on Cole Palmer. He says, I don't agree with the narrative that he isn't playing well. If you understand football, you know that that's not the case. But that doesn't mean he's been in excellent form at the same time. He's in between. I think there are games where he can impact more, but there are also there's also been a lot of occasions where he's created a lot of good chances for his teammates. He cannot control whether that's finished off. He can just put the ball in the position that he needs it to be. I do think he's had some really good games in the last 3 months, and it's just a case of building that consistency. He's not a bad player. He's not regressed. He's tried to play. I don't even count. Listen, to be fair, I usually don't count those occasions where we know that he wasn't. We knew he wasn't fully fit, but just had to play because we were lacking in numbers in critical areas, in attacking areas on the pitch. So the manager had to patch things up and have him on the pitch because of he's capable of making a difference. I don't count those things, but I'm still telling you he hasn't regressed. He's still that same Cole Palmer and can perform at the highest level, but I'm not saying he's been in best of form. But at the same time, I think people overreact to how he played in certain games. All right, let's see. Next one. So I think we'll be seeing a lot about Cole Palmer. Guys, Poyet, when asked about playing Enzo and Palmer together, why is that even a discussion? I'm not sure what point they're trying to prove here. So this says, Guys Poet, when asked about playing Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer together, he says, my big mistake in football as a coach was that Real Betis, I have very good individuals, and I tried to play them all together, and it didn't work. And then I got sacked, so I blamed myself for not being able to leave one big name out and perform. I'm not sure. For me, he's sorry, I'm not a bad person, but in all honesty, this is just him. This is just God's Poet finding, you could say, taking the opportunity to make an excuse for his failure as a manager at Real Betis. I don't care. Both can play together, and we've seen them play together, be on the pitch at the same time 1,000 times for Chelsea Football Club, and did exceptionally well in those games. So I'm not sure. For me, my opinion, once again, he's taking the opportunity to make excuses for his failure at Real Betis. That's how I see it, and I really don't care about what he thinks here. And I'm going to read the second paragraph for you. This is really funny. Sorry, I'm not a bad person. I'm not laughing at this. You could say his failures, but he just, for me, he's just he's just making excuses. After seeing Palmer last year, he was the most influential player in the Premier League. To play him on the right side, what is he saying? What is he saying here? I'm confused. So to have to play him on the right side because you have 100 million players in the midfield is strange. I mean, you first accommodate your best player and then you see which system you can play. Palmer's issue isn't whether he's deployed, you could say, he's deployed on the left, on the right, and centrally. No, he doesn't actually have problems. He's had, you could say, he's not performed consistently because he's had injuries, and because he's had to play on with injuries at a certain point on that. I think that was under Enzo Maresca. So what's Poyet saying there? And I'm going to say this again. I respect him as a Chelsea legend, but my goodness, this is just him taking the opportunity to make excuses for his failures as a manager. Playing Enzo Fernandez and having Enzo Fernandez playing Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer at the same time on the pitch isn't the reason why Palmer hasn't performed consistently. This just doesn't make sense to me. Just go away, man. Just go away and leave it the heck alone. But in all honesty, Ibro Dawana, wallahi, tell me, what do you feel about this coming from Poyet? He's just making excuses. He's just, you can say he's found TV airtime. He's found airtime to make excuses to justify his failures at Real Betis. Tell me the truth. And that's how I see it. Because what he's saying has nothing to do with Palmer underperforming or not performing consistently. Honestly. But that's, by the way, we will go back to reading his second more comments from Poyet. I'm not going to stay that much on his comment. If I read this one through, I will skip this again. The next comment, if it's about Poyet again, find relevant stuff that I know Chelsea fans would want to hear and discuss it and then move on. I want us to get to the match preview exercise proper as soon as possible, get it done with, do the predicted lineup exercise and call it a day. But here once again, Gus Poyet and Chelsea's coaching job. I think it's difficult for coaches. We're going to become like the situation of Roberto De Zerbi at Sports, where, okay, I'm going now. I maintain my contract for 5 years. Okay, you pay me for 5 years, millions and millions. Okay, I'm done reading this. I'm not interested in reading through that because it just doesn't make any sort of sense to me. You said that he's gotten the opportunity to make excuses for why he failed at Real Betis. All right, Emmanuel Emma appeared to have suffered a muscle relapse at the end of the game against Toulouse. He was visibly shaking. Was he taken off? I didn't watch Strasbourg's game. I didn't watch the game today, and I hope he's not injured. But if he's injured, I'm just gonna say, yeah, he's Chelsea through and through. Because every time we sign a player, all of them, they seem to get injured before arriving, especially if we leave them on loan at the club in question. I don't remember us signing a player that we agreed to let finish the season with their current team at the time that didn't get injured. You can start with Christian Pulisic. Who else? Giovanni Kenda. Who else? What's his name? Emmanuel Emea. There's more. I just think I've missed a few. Yeah. The Argentine. That's who's at Strasbourg right now. He got injured even when he was it? Did we sign him from? We signed him from River Plate, right? And Salmino, we signed him. Let him finish the season there. He got injured, didn't he? Yeah, so I think I can't remember us signing a player that we let finish the season with their current club at the time that didn't get injured. Yeah, it's dumb and useless comment. Thunder Faram there were lying. Kai, there you go. Now you're speaking my language. But in all honesty, it just didn't make sense. That's how I read it. He just took the opportunity to throw in the excuses in there. It doesn't come all the time. So the beautiful game here says if Palmer, let me read that again. Give me a second. He says if Palmer is injured, he shouldn't be playing. But that you can say that was one of the two. That was one of the things I disliked Maresca for. Yeah, if he's starting games, we cannot cover for him by saying he's injured. He needs to fix up and find the form he had when he first came to Chelsea. He cannot measure that again, the sort of form he showed under Pochettino consistently. But he's still performing at the highest level. But I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, he's had some thickens, but that doesn't mean he's regressed. But at the time, you see that he was carrying one injury or the other, and the manager, even knowing that he wasn't fully fit, did select him to play in certain games, leading to him not being 100%. And in some cases, honestly, I was all for him being on the pitch, either playing a few minutes just to help us get a win and all that, because we were struggling at the time and didn't have too many options. Yeah, so yeah, I understand your point, bro, and that's an excellent. He shouldn't be playing if he's injured. We should just, you could say, manage whatever we have. All right, Brazilians in the Premier League since 2015-2016 appearances. Ederson of Manchester City had the most, 276. Richarlison 271, but yeah, still haven't achieved much. I think except the Europa League and a few red cards here and the red cards. No, I don't think so. 266. Willian. Wow. Okay. Assists, Roberto Firmino, Rob, a player, I liked him so much, underrated in my opinion. 50 assists, Willian has 40, Gabriel Jesus 40 assists. Key passes 488, Willian, Roberto Firmino 368, Andreas Pereira 247. All right, it doesn't look like there's any other serious news out there. Let's see, before we get to the match preview exercise proper. Yeah, no news. No news. Even the managerial stuff, hunt stuff, that has gone down. Yeah, we haven't heard much about Chelsea's managerial hunt, except for some outlets suggesting that Xabi Alonso, he's the one leading the race to become our next manager. But this here says sources understand that both Chelsea and Arsenal have made inquiries over Endrick's availability in recent weeks, but Real Madrid have made it clear that Endrick is firmly part of their first team plans for next season. Ooh, so yeah, just move on. We don't need him actually. All right, so we're gonna get to the match preview exercise proper. I'm gonna go here. We're not gonna use this now. We're not gonna use Chelsea Perspective web app right now. So I'm gonna go to FOTMob first of all. Give me 1 second here. Let's come here. Yeah, I'm gonna go to FOTMob. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Currently, we have 13 likes, but we should be doing a lot better than that. If you're following the show and you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. 45 people in total following the show, but only 6 of those on YouTube. The rest shared between X and Facebook. Whether equally, Coachila doesn't know. Honestly, we need another central attacking midfielder like Isco or Bernardo Silva. I have high hopes about Barco. He can. Even though, yeah, he was traditionally a left back, but converted into a midfielder because he has excellent vision. He has better vision than some of those people who played as a 10. Long, short, that kid, my goodness. I think we don't know how good that... I think we underrate him a lot. He's going to shock a lot of people. And other clubs actually were interested before we got the deal done. Yeah, other clubs were interested, but yeah, we pushed hard and we're going to get him. He's coming to Chelsea next season. All right, let's see. As backup, if you have any of those players at the club, they will be starting. Isco will be starting. I get it. Maybe rotational will be the more accurate language there. If we have Isco at the club and he isn't starting, I will hate the manager. Even Bernardo Silva. Like, what are you smoking? Bro, I like you, but what are you smoking? Huh? I want Hebrew and lie. Mekasha. Tell me. Man, Kasha, kunu no go do that kind of thing. Gia ne ko menene. All right, let's go. Let's get into the match preview exercise proper, and hopefully we get a win tomorrow. I think we're going to do a pre-game show because the game is in the morning, 9 something. So by 8. Ooh, I have an issue. Okay, but I'll figure it out. I'll find a way. Hopefully, my daughter will still be sleeping at the time because I will be at home with them even tomorrow. But if she's still sleeping, I can, yeah, sneak in the pregame show and get it over with. So, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest at 9 a.m. my time, so I can start the pregame show at 8. I hope she's still sleeping at the time. That will go a long way for me. But probably make sure she. I don't want to. Oh my goodness! If it's one of those days that she doesn't go to bed early, then yeah, be rest assured she's not gonna. She's gonna sleep in the next day. But I don't. I want her. I still want her to go to bed early. All right. Let's see. All right, question for all of you in the chat. Are you looking forward to this game? I'm looking forward to this game. But I'm going to say, I can't believe I'm saying this. I supported what's his name, Rosinha. I wanted him to succeed because I did believe, I still believe he's a good manager. He just was in a hurry to prove to a lot of people that he deserves to be the Chelsea manager. Took a huge risk that backfired spectacularly, in my opinion. Yeah, he was the architect of his own downfall. But let me hear you. Are you looking forward to this game? If we had Rosinha as our manager still, I'd say I'm not looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to this game. Not because I'm hopeful. You can say a win changes how, you can say, a lot for us this season. Just because, yeah, if we beat them convincingly, I'd just be happy. And if at the end of the day, it means, you can say, we still have a chance to finish top 6 and get Champions League football should Aston Villa go, if they win the Europa League, beat Nottingham Forest. I'd rather Aston Villa make it to the final. If they do, be rest assured they're going to win it. That's because that's Emery's thing. I think he's probably the manager that has won that competition a lot more than any other manager in world football. He says, sorry, I went with the Dante discount, which is why. All right, Dawana, much love to you, my bro. Let me see. I really want Mod Mana to start an argument with the Bluetooth again. Bluetooth again thinks Mod Mana will be Mod Mana. He doesn't know Mod Mana. I'm quite sure. He doesn't know Mod Mana. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, and the Bluetooth again is saying I've checked out this. Yeah, exactly. I'm the same too, which is why I'm looking forward to the game, because to me, it's just a game now. I don't care whether beating them means we get a chance. Means we get a chance. We get a chance to still participate in the next edition of the Premier League, of the Champions League. The only thing that kept me interested was Spurs are getting relegated and Arsenal bottling the league, which is still a possibility. But they scored 3 goals in their last game, which will put a lot more pressure on Manchester City. City could be focused on getting more goals and end up drawing a game or losing a game. So it's 50-50 now. City could win it, Arsenal could still win it. The only thing that if it happens that you'll be certain a certain team wins it definitely will be if City loses next game or even draws next game, then most likely it will shift to like 60-30 Arsenal. So it's still, but City, you can say they have momentum, and Arsenal feels like the pressure is getting to them a lot more than City. And City, it's become more of a culture than towards the end of the season they pick up form and perform consistently. But let's see what happens. He says Nightbot cousin. No, Nightbot is someone else, but we created Mod Mana. We created Mod Mana for Chelsea Perspective. It's intelligent. You can actually start an argument with Mod Mana by mention. You can ask Mod Mana a question, a football-related question, and it's very, very smart. So we're still training it. Sometimes he acts like a human being. Sometimes he gets feisty. But the funniest SHIT happened one day. Nightbot, Nightbot muted him and timed him out for I think about 5 minutes or so. I can't quite remember what happened. Everybody in the chat was laughing that day. We couldn't believe it. If we had Rosinha, we'd still be talking about moments. I think probably I wouldn't actually. I tell you that we're probably gonna lose the rest of our games. Honestly, he will. Let's say if the owners had they decided to keep him, it would take time for him, you can say, to turn things around. Which would mean him benching certain players and playing some other players, or it could mean the club overhauling the squad because the players clearly weren't playing for him at certain point. So it's a risk, and usually once a team poor performance gets to the point where it becomes a confidence issue, a low confidence issue, or it becomes that sort of issue where you could tell a sense that the players aren't playing for the manager anymore. Usually the manager takes the heat. But I still say he was the architect of his own downfall, and I don't want to talk about that again, honestly. Let's say I didn't get a chance to ask you, Coach, what did you think of the practice? I'm gonna say this. I don't have issues with people practicing, and it's because of you. I'm gonna answer this question. Do I think he moves the needle? Maybe to some extent, but not to the extent that I think it will force them to make a change. If anything, it will force them to double down. Why? It all comes down to the manner. You say how it's not a matter of the protest, but how do you protest? Did they protest as a unit? No. Some actually were there, in my opinion, from what I've observed, to promote their channels. If it's not about promoting your channel, or it's not about, you can say, if they're not self-serving, we saw a billboard, maybe, I think it'd be accurate to call it that, and then it had the handle, the X handle of the person that's you can say that led the protest, or maybe that's leading the blue call out protest. You get the point now. So I saw something like that. I was disgusted. It was never about the club. It was individuals, self-serving individuals looking for ways to promote their channels. Some were there also because they were led to believe that it was all about a change for the club. On a surface level, it does seem like that's the case, but on a deeper level, you'd see that it's actually comprised of individuals who are actually looking to promote their channels. And that's how I see it. And it just doesn't make sense to scream blue call out from now to tomorrow, because it's not going to happen. It will be until 2033 and forward, or even before they consider selling the club. If anything, they are expanding. And if you think they're going to sell, let's assume they want to sell right now. They paid 4 billion plus for the club, and they've spent nearly 2 billion, right? Do you think they've broken even? That they say, okay, you know what? If they sell it for 2 billion will be the profit. Who do you think can pay 6 billion plus for Chelsea? They're not going to sell it. If anything, by name calling them, they're probably going to double down. They will try to prove to you that they haven't made mistakes, that they know exactly what they're doing. Do you know the sort of thing that will get to them? I'll break it down to you. You see, that poll, which showed that majority of the fans aren't happy with the direction that the club is going. That sort of thing, we get them. It will move a pole. It will move more than a needle. It will move a pole. It will move mountains. You see, that poll that showed that 50% plus Chelsea fans, a lot more, I think 70 plus, I can't quite remember the exact number, but on a surface level, majority of the fans and happy. That's the sort of thing that can move mountains. And also, another thing, Cucurella speaking publicly, the way he did, he spoke intelligently, he spoke objectively, and then he spoke in a manner that irrespective of how powerful you are, you'd listen. You know why? He used a very good, he used the sort of techniques that professional speakers use. First, he didn't condemn what they were doing. He said, we're doing good. We have good players. But listen, he started with, we're doing good. We've won 2 things, but we have good players, but we need something. I can't quite remember how he phrased it. But in essence, he was saying, we need more experienced players to be able to overcome the sort of situation that we had against Paris Saint-Germain. Did they fire him? No. Did they bench him? No. Some people were saying that's it. He was never going to play for Chelsea again. And I told them, no. That's the sort of person they want. They would want to be one of the captains, actually, Cucurella. And if I own a company, I've said this before, if somebody who isn't the manager spoke like that publicly, I will make him the manager, which means he's capable of speaking truth to power. And he did it intelligently, didn't condemn my effort, just told me we need to do things. Kudos to what you're doing, but we need to do things differently. You could argue Cucurella, he's the reason why now they're saying, you know what, we're going to do things differently. So for me, going there, carrying placards where the owners, you can say, depicting them as clowns and all that, if anything, it will make them double down to prove to you that they know what they're doing. And it was never actually done in uniform. Some people are there for real who want the club to change for good. I want my club to change for good. I want them to sign more experienced players. But I know deep down that screaming blue coat out will not bring that result. It will not. If some people think boycotting the games at Stamford Bridge will lead to them rethinking, they will actually be happy that some of those some of the current season ticket holders will stop coming so that they can sell the next season's tickets to tourists. I can assure you there are almost always tourists willing to pay a lot more for the tickets. So it's about protesting sensibly, but they have. I don't think I don't think the fans are actually they protest sensibly. It's always, you could say, chaotic. It's everywhere. No uniform message. Some are actually cussing out the owners. So at least, listen, I think we're going to see the change we're all looking for in the summer. And I don't think it makes sense to start arguing who did what they did to ensure that you can say that the changes we seek eventually, you can say, come. I'm happy because I'm quite sure things have changed from now on. If it doesn't, then maybe I need to start my own practice. So, but that's my opinion. I'm not saying it's wrong. The question is, are they really wholeheartedly protesting for the you can say for the betterment of the club, or are they there to, you can say, to ensure that they grow their YouTube channels? That's my opinion. Anyway, all respect to all those, you can say, that participated and wholeheartedly are there to push for a change for the betterment of the club. And that's my opinion. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation this evening. It's 6:57 p.m. CST. If you haven't, please drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Chelsea world champions, they cannot take that away from us. We will be world champions for 4 years, and I've heard that we've applied to still have the badge on our kit for the 26-27 season. I think we should do it for the next for 3.5 years or so. For at least 4 years, we cannot. Yep. We can say that. Yep, we agree. And hopefully FIFA changes the rules. If they do, which would mean would participate as the holders. I hope they do that. If they do that, a lot of other clubs will lose their SHIT because they don't want us to be part of it. But let's see. What if Chelsea win the FA Cup? Still good for us. I want us to win it. Can we? I think we can. Am I certain? I don't know. I believe we can, but it's up to the players and the manager and McFarlane to answer that question on the day. We're capable of doing that. We've been there. And in all honesty, if you look at all non-domestic trophies that we've won, on the 2 occasions that we've won the Champions League, the Club World Cup that we won, maybe, yeah, the Conference League, definitely. We had to win that. Otherwise, we don't deserve to be playing in Europe. Super Cup, I think we deserve to beat the team at the time. But the Club World Cup, and on the 2 occasions we've won the Champions League, we were underdogs on those 3 occasions. Against Bayern, on their own carpet, we were the underdogs on the day. Whether, I don't want to start looking at you because the details of the game on the day, how many opportunities they had that they missed and all that, it doesn't freaking matter. I just want to, my main point was that on the day we were the underdogs. The second Champions League trophy we won was against Manchester City. And I still watch, I used to watch Nene's videos at the time. I think he had a Man City content creator on his channel that they did a match preview, and the guy said they were going to beat us 3-1. And not a lot of people gave us a chance. We beat them by a goal to nothing in 2021 and could have scored a few more goals, but Timo Werner fluffed a lot of all the goal scoring opportunities that came his way. And one last chance we had on the day was Christian Pulisic on the break. Missed, you could argue, by a whisker. Then the Club World Cup, we were the overwhelming underdogs on the day. Nobody gave us a chance. Even some Chelsea fans, after losing one of the games during the group stages, lost their SHIT and was cussing out Enzo Maresca. And I knew that wasn't the end. I knew, if anything, that'd be a wake-up call for Maresca to do things differently in the next game. But some Chelsea fans were speaking as if we were already out of the competition at the time. But we made it to the final, and not a lot of people gave us a chance. My most, that'd be my most viewed Instagram post, I think around 1.5 million or so, was about, how I use, screenshots of a PSG fan, memes he created on how they're going to beat us, I think 6-0 or so. Nobody gave us a chance, except one person. I think it was Thierry Henry, who said something to the effect of, I think he mentioned the Brazilian team that beat, what team did they beat? Was it PSG? And if they could do that, or they beat another team, I can't quite remember. No, PSG didn't lose any game until Chelsea, so it wasn't PSG. I think it's either Real Madrid or so. I can't quite remember what team they beat. But that's, by the way, Thierry Henry said something to the effect of, if that Brazilian team beat that team, the other team in question, then we can beat PSG. And he wasn't being sarcastic. He was serious, probably because he understands football very well. And bearing in mind that there's something called the underdogs. So, in my opinion, even though I wouldn't say, I'm not going to say, yeah, we're definitely beating City, but it's important to say it's a possibility. The game is played over 90 minutes plus added time, sometimes extra time plus added time, and then penalties. That's when you decide who is the winner. You can look at numbers and each team's current form and say, yeah, that particular team will most definitely win the game. Excuse me. All right, so my bro say, Ope wallet now, only 6 billion. You get them, just text. Just text Dangote, wallahi. Low Tony. All right, and obviously certain banners are banned from the stadium. All our ex-players are calling out the ownership too. Yeah, that does go a long way. Ex-players calling out the ownership, that does go a long way. Look, but Cucurella should be one of the captains. The way he spoke, intelligently and factually, More importantly, he didn't lie. And I think he's a serious politician. He first gave them their flowers and then went ahead to speak his mind. And he could argue, I'd still argue, Kukurea is the reason why we're now looking to change things a bit so that we can start winning immediately and not wait for players to mature to a certain level before we start winning and winning consistently. I mean, if we have to wait for the young players, eventually things will click, but there's no guarantee that, yeah, at certain points, those maturing players wouldn't want to leave so that they can start winning immediately and not wait for anybody to mature. Yeah. So I agree with you. Yeah, I think that will go a long way too. And I'm hopeful things will change for good in the summer. And I believe that will be the case. Palmer getting hurt did not help the team out this season. Next season, we can compete. But we have to be strategic in the market come summer transfer window. We had money enough to sign 2 wingers when we did. You could say we could have, even though we had issues that meant we weren't able to spend as much as we want during last summer. I think it's important that we prioritize our spending come summer and not just spend for the sake of it. All right. Also, Colwill got hot. Yeah, didn't start the season. Thank you. I appreciate you for saying that. All right, let's see. Who are these experienced players and who would you want to be replaced? I'm not going to talk about replacing anybody, except if I'm not going to, let's just not go with replacing it. Let's just talk about who I would like us to sign. Senesi would be a good signing, his experience, in my opinion. Who is there are a few names, but honestly, I don't have too many names now to give you. I'd have to do my research, and I hate throwing numbers at people out of my wazoo. You understand? So let's see. Chairman, share the link. Democratize the discussion. You have to. I like the way you said it, bro. Message me via X, and I'll do that immediately. We don't share links on. In the live session these days, yeah, we've had a bad experience. One of my bros, my Chelsea bros YouTube channel got banned, and it took a while. And then I think I was in Africa for my father's burial at the time. That, yeah, 2 of my Chelsea bros got their channels banned. I don't want to tell the story here actually, but so just message me via X and I'll share the link with you. Honestly, no jokes, bro. I'll do that. All right. Okay. Modmana just doing so. Hello to you too, Gary. Thank you for joining the conversation. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. Yes, I don't think the situation is that bad. Not necessarily. Yeah, I agree. We are in the FA Cup for a reason. If we win the FA Cup, we will win the Europa League, then back to the Champions League. There's Esteval is ready to be you can say to be the king. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'd rather us not even get a chance to play in the Europa League. I think we've won all of them, except if UEFA introduces maybe a new competition, then I say maybe we need to stoop low to win that one. But I'm just kidding, Annie. I don't want us to stoop low. I want us to start performing at the highest level. But here's something I'm gonna say quickly. Give me a chance. Oh, give me a second, please. It sounded like a war zone there. Here's what I'm going to say. I'd rather us not play in Europe, but I get it. It's important that we get to participate in one of the, you can say at least the Europa League, for monetary reasons. We need the money to balance out the books and all that and not get into trouble. But if there's a way we could still not play in any of the European competitions and still be okay, I'd say let it happen so that we can focus on winning the Premier League that we haven't won in a while. But that's just me as a fan, you can say, expressing how I want things to pan out. You understand? Give me 1 second here. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. All right, let's see. Arsenal, we win the league. It's a possibility. It's still 50-50. They could still lose it. But I still, I listen. Since the start of the season, I've not been able to make a call. But for the past 3 seasons, I was able to say definitely they're not winning it. But right now, it's 50-50, and it's difficult to say who ends up winning it. But I'm going to say this. Arsenal seem like the pressure is getting to them more than Man City. City are known to, you said, to be firing on all cylinders every season. Towards the end of the season. They've proven that that's their thing. Firing on all cylinders towards the end of the season. Then they don't miss. They always find a way to win games. Here's the thing now. Palmer, Enzo, Caicedo, James, and Cucurella are all experienced players now. Only left wing. Yeah, I think we have issues on the left-hand side. I have to agree. CBs are the options to sign experienced players. Arsenal, we win the league. Okay, we've heard you. Let's see it happen. Stop telling us. We need City to win SRETURN tomorrow. That would be great for them. I'm actually concerned because they need goals. There's a chance they take a lot of risk to go get goals and could end up. And Moyes is such an underrated manager from a tactical perspective. Yeah, they're playing Everton tomorrow, right? David Moyes. My goodness, he's such an intelligent manager, and he know going into the game that City will be all out to get as many goals as possible, which leaves them vulnerable. So I think he will look to exploit that. He has pacey players in the attacking area, but if City scores first, then yeah, City will definitely beat them. But Moyes, they don't have anything to lose now. Where are they in the table? So you see if winning would do them any good. Or they're just going to play with, you can say, we have nothing to lose, let's give it our all, which would make it even more dangerous for Man City. But I'm going to still say, give me a second here. Give me a second. Tomorrow, Man City, Everton. Let's see the table here. Let's see Everton where they. Okay, 50. Anything can still happen. You never know if other teams lose their games. So yeah, it wouldn't make sense to say they have nothing to lose. But let's see what happens. My bro says, it's 1 a.m. here, Coach Big Up. All right, bless up, bro. I appreciate you stopping by to say hello. Enjoy your sleep. See you next time you have the time to say hello to your bro. All right, yes, and Pep's tactics are washed now in modern football. But here's the thing, yeah, I'm just going to stick with, don't disrespect Pep. I think he adapts. He adapts effectively. He's a very smart manager. I don't think this is the first time anybody would say. I've heard someone say that Pep is washed, or you can say he's no longer that guy and all that. I think you'd be taking a huge risk if you understand, you'd be doing that at your own peril. You need to respect him because he's proven that he adapts. He's very progressive. Progressive is in the sense that as the game progresses, he switches his approach. I think a very good example would be how he's adapted to the Premier League. He's signed a lot more physical players than usual. He's also doesn't care that much about, you can say, the goalkeeper's ball playing ability, but at least you have to be a ball playing goalkeeper to a considerable extent. There are a lot of things that he's changed about his approach. Before Haaland, he hardly ever uses a traditional number 9. You'd have to have a lot more to your game, be more of a hybrid number 9 before Pep signs the check to sign you. But Haaland definitely a traditional number 9. Nothing hybrid about Haaland. City fans believe Pep is very great. What reality is Pep still talent from all the teams and call it? Even though this is a bit difficult to understand, I think I get your point. That he signs the best players from all the teams. He's not that great. I mean, it's a sensible argument, but I'd say I disagree. Some people will look at the argument, that argument on the screen now, and said, "Yeah, I think you're correct." But the truth is, you still have to give him credit for how he's able to motivate his team season after season, and drill them into playing in a particular way that you, the opponent, you know how City will play, but majority of the times you're still not going to be able to stop them. Yeah, so look, it's not that simple. Pep signed Samario Maguire, which were targets of other teams, but he pressures them to join City, but still 6 points below Arsenal. They picked up points of late, here's the thing. This is a sensible argument, but I disagree. It's not about we've had managers had a more talented squad than Pep and still not able to achieve anything. I think he's an excellent manager, and as much as I'd say I understand your point, but I just want to let you know that he's a very, very progressive mind. That he doesn't stagnate. As the game progresses, Pep makes changes to adapt. Honestly. But I think he needs one of those breaks that he takes. And maybe whenever he says he needs a break from the game, what he does is to study how the game has progressed and be sure he's ready to adapt before coming back. He does that. And he says that Pep got exposed by Arbeloa. You think Arbeloa can expose Arteta in the UEFA Champions League that Pep got a chance? Listen, I'm not sure. Let's just give the man his flowers. It's not easy. Because I've seen, you cannot tell me you haven't seen somebody in your life that has the best tool to become, you can say, that are properly equipped to become the best at what they do, and yet they falter. So you'd have to still give him credit. I get it. He's a manager who, for him to win stuff, you'd have to give him. He needs ready-made players. He hardly ever goes to a team where you could say it would take them a few years to be ready to start winning stuff. I get the point you're trying to make there, but remember, I'm quite sure in your life you've experienced people who had plenty of, you could say, the best available tool to succeed in what they do in life and still fail. So I think it's important to give him credit for the fact that, yeah, he's had great tools within his disposal, utilized them effectively, and won all the things he's won as a manager. I think he's actually one of the most decorated managers in football history. So it's important to give him that credit. He says, where City fans now posted... Just give them credit. All right, we get to the match preview exercise. Not Chelsea at home to Nottingham Forest. Let's see what we can learn from the insights. Give me a second here. Okay, this says Chelsea's last 5 Premier League games losing streak is since 1993. Okay, what's that trying to say there? Their 5-game Premier League losing streak is Chelsea's longest. Since November 1993. Yeah, we lost 5 Premier League games in a row, which broke the 1993 record. All right, McFarlane takes interim charge for the second time this season following Rosenior's sacking in the Premier League, to be more specific there. We haven't beaten Forest at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League since Forest's 2022 return to the Premier League. I think that changes tomorrow for me. I know it's match day already for most of you, but I think that changes today. I think we're going to beat them again. That's my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. We sit ninth, but ranked fourth in the XG table, underperforming expected points by almost 8. And here's why I'm going to say this, where something that whenever I look at it, I always say things could have been different had our sporting directors prioritized signing a defender rather than signing the two wingers, of which both of which you could say have underperformed. Gators, his injuries, the injuries he's had haven't helped matters. Had they just gone for one winger and then signed one experienced CB, not even necessarily an experienced CB, a good CB, I think would be better placed in the table right now. The reason I'm saying this is, see, if you take a step back and look at all the games we lost during the course of the season, I think it'd be accurate to say 80+% of those games were down to us being bad defensively, or down to us, you could say, conceding from defensive errors. Which common sense tells you, had we prioritized our spending in the summer, signed out a defender, yeah, we'd be better placed in the table right now. But unfortunately, we didn't. Honestly. So it's no surprises to me to read this particular insight here, which reads that Chelsea sit ninth, but rank fourth in the XG table, underperforming expected points by almost 8. So that actually guarantees that actually for me, this is for me, because we're working with numbers here, this is a fact that had we prioritized our signings last summer, we'd be better placed in the table, because yeah, we could have gone for defenders rather than wingers, and yeah, we have players that can actually play on either flanks on any given thing, or even get that kid from the academy, or end up not selling Tariq George, which I think would do a good enough job on the left-hand side for us until we find a very good player that we can sign and say, yeah, you know what, yeah, we've settled this. But we didn't prioritize our signings during that summer transfer window, which is why we suffered. Because I'd swear with anything you want, honestly, defensive errors is the reason why we're not anywhere close to the Champions League football. Unfortunately. Yeah. Chelsea, we win tomorrow easily. I hope we do. I hope we do. Chelsea, we win easily. I want Everton to win 2-1 or 1-0. They're capable of winning. And I'm going to say this. The fact that City need goals, they're going to take a lot of risks, which will leave them vulnerable. And I think Moyes, such an underrated manager, very intelligent from a tactical perspective. I think he will exploit that effectively. He will exploit that effectively, and they're capable of winning. I hope, I don't know whether they have all their players, you can say their best players fit to start. If they do, then yeah, they could, well, I'd say go to the extent of saying win it for Arsenal. Yeah. All right, let's see. We've for Nottingham Forest, Forest are unbeaten in 8 matches and have scored 12 in their last matches. And I think we scored in our last 5, how many goals? I don't want to count all the competitions, but in our last 5 games, Premier League games, we've scored just 1 goal. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think, yeah, this includes their European, because their European assignment, they've scored 12 goals in total, unbeaten in 6 Premier League games, collecting 12 points since the start of March. So they've been in excellent form. Even with, you could say, this, even with the weight of the European assignment that they're involved in, they're still doing well on all fronts. Yeah, even with all the competitions that they're involved in, they're still doing very, very well on all fronts. I respect them, and they don't have that. You can say their squad isn't that deep, but let's see what happens. Okay, and it says Forest reached their first European semi-finals since 1984, leading Villa 1-0 in the first leg. I think Villa will eventually will knock them out. Villa didn't look it today. You could argue down to the fact that they had to rest some of their best players. Villa are looking tired right now. Actually, they're looking. You can say they are exhausted from the fact they are stretched in Europe and all. Yeah, in the Premier League. Um, it does look like they're tired, but I think they could still win it. Honestly, he says yes. City dropped points, and some people were posting Pep will equal Alex Ferguson's record. City fans dream a lot. I mean, they have every right to dream. They have deep pocket. They're able to sign any player they want in what football. I mean, the discussion to whether the reason they were able to sign some of those players that they signed were down to the fact that they were cheating, that now they have 105 or 15 violations. I think chances are, here's my theory. The reason that they want, what's his name? It's just a theory, which could end up being absolute nonsense. They want Maresca to take over from Pep is because, they will probably face so much points deduction that they're gonna get relegated. And Maresca, he's played in the championship, and you could say he's an expert at playing in that at that level. Maybe that's it. That's just me speculating. I think probably they will end up paying a monetary fine, and that's it. But big up, Jay. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you for finding the time to join the conversation. Drew, what CSC time is it for you? It is 7:24. Texas, to be more specific. Yeah. All right. Forest are unbeaten in all 3 Premier League visits to Stamford Bridge since 2022, and I'm gonna find the result to see how they all ended. So let me go to Chelsea Perspectives web app. Yeah, Arsenal are 6 points above, but City have 2 games to play to catch up. So that makes up for it. But still, it puts that alone puts pressure on City. So I think we'll come back to this. Let's finish here first. We'll come back to using Chelsea Perspectives web app to look at certain aspects of the game and learn from it. Yes, he's an expert Conference League and Club World Cup is championship level. Yeah. Go away, Juve. I was hosting the show in peace. Now you've come with your trouble. All right, more likes, people. More likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We have 17 likes and we're still 1 hour, 28 minutes into the show. That's fine. I think we're improving. I think the more we stream consistently, the more the algorithm will see that, okay, we're back for good, and we'll let our community members that we're streaming, so we get more people joining the conversation so that it'd be more fun. Arsenal only 6 goals conceded in UEFA Champions League. That's a good sign, but that doesn't say that they're definitely winning it. And Arsenal, actually, they could still pull a double. Yeah, they could still pull off a double this season. It's a possibility. Yeah. Villa lost, Liverpool lost, and yet we are nowhere near them. Just shows you, how bad we've been. Arsenal win Champions League and Premier League both. It's still a possibility. Yeah. All those bottles can be delivered to Etihad. You must be an Arsenal fan. You definitely must be an Arsenal fan. But listen, man, let's see how that let's see what happens. They could still win both and could still bottle both. No, we're not. We're not even in it anymore, so you know that. Yeah. And here's the thing I said. When I watched Atletico Madrid versus Arsenal, it's still going to be again a tough game for Arsenal. You don't defend for 90 minutes and today going by you leading by a goal. Oh no, the first leg ended 1-1, so it could still go either way. What I said on the day, correct me if I'm wrong, did it not end 1-1? I think it ended 1-1 with Atletico Madrid. One of those teams will most likely be the one to win the Champions League. I don't think it's going to be Bayern or PSG. Whoever makes it through to the final between those two teams. Why? I'm going to break it down to you. Those teams, again, if we had both teams playing the final, if we had Bayern, let's say if we had Bayern and PSG playing the final, it'd be an excellent, you can say, yeah, we'll be talking about how many goals that were scored on today, just like the Inter PSG final. But here's the thing, those teams, they are very horrible at defending. Not necessarily because they have bad defenders, but down to their approach, down to the, you can say, to how both teams or the managers that lead them, how they like to approach the game. They are almost always vulnerable at the back. And that sort of approach is something that Arsenal and Atletico Madrid, those two teams are very good at exploiting those teams, effectively exploit them, you can say, get them to pull down their pants, yeah, do you know what, and then pull up their pants. Let me just use it this way. I don't want to use dirty language here, but you get it. They're very good at sitting back whenever necessary. They're you can say, very good at applying pragmatic approaches to get results. Defend resolutely, hit the opposition on the break, get a goal, and then still doing their thing. And then if the opposition comes at them recklessly to come get an equalizing goal, then get a second. You can't. I don't see a game. I don't see Arsenal conceding more than 2 goals against PSG or even Bayern in the final. I don't see that happening. If Arsenal makes it to the final, even I don't see Atletico Madrid conceding more than 2 goals against, again, those teams. And the way those teams play, I could see Arsenal scoring 3 goals against them on the break. I could see Atletico Madrid scoring 3 goals against either of those teams in the final. So they know those two teams, Arsenal and Atletico Madrid, they do know how to keep it tight and they do know how to hit teams on the break. So unfortunately for those of you who want to see that beautiful football in the final, yeah, get ready. Because one of Atletico or Arsenal will make it to the final. So it's not gonna, you're not gonna experience a goals galore on the day. It will be very tight. Down to the fact that one of the teams will be very attacking, the other one knows how to be pragmatic. Let me just use that language. I don't want to disrespect Arsenal for the work they've done to get as far as you can say they've gotten in the competition, or Atletico Madrid. It's their way. And they deserve respect for that. All right, let's see. Arsenal beat Bayern already in the group stage. Yeah, I know, at home. That's what I'm saying. Those two teams don't concede much. Also beat Atletico Madrid 4-0 in league phase at Emirates. Okay, so let's see. Yes, concede. It doesn't freaking matter. You ought to respect them. You ought to respect them, really. You just have to respect them. Mourinho could do worse than both. Yeah, if you know. They don't pack the bus or airplane. They pack the whole Arsenal planet. It doesn't matter. Give them credit. We had Mourinho, and he did a lot of that against better teams in most cases. I think they will. But it's still, you can say it's still 50-50. They will play. And unfortunately, I can see that sports team beating Chelsea. But I hope it doesn't happen, because Chelsea fans will lose their SHIT if that happens. They could still get relegated. Really. But let's see what happens today. Again at the end of the season. All right, I'm gonna go back to the presentation window. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation this particular evening. It's still 7:32 p.m. CST. Yeah. All right. What else do we have? If Arsenal wins trophies, all the bottle memes backfire very bad for the Bottle City uncle. They have him free. They have a free ticket for the rest of the season. Who exactly? Okay. Oh, the guy that. I mean, anything could still happen. I have to be honest, but as a Chelsea fan, I don't want Arsenal to win it. Not honestly, yeah, that's just who I am. Okay. For Nottingham Forest, they have Sangare out injured, Ndoye out injured. Okay, all three of them not out, doubtful. They could still play. Sangare could still play, Ndoye could still play, Murillo could still play. John Victor, Savona all out. Callum Hudson-Odoi out to July. I'm glad he won't be playing because he could score against us. Let's see. Spurs ain't going down now. RDZ football is well and truly working for them. Actually, I think that's not his football full time. he tweaked it a bit. Honestly, if he plays his football, they're gonna get relegated. I think he tweaked it. I watched their game. That's not RDZ football full. Attacking wise, yeah, but from defensive perspective, they're a bit more cautious. Igor is doing good. He's doing good, but I don't think we need him at Chelsea. That's with regards to rumors suggesting that we're interested in signing him. But Chelsea, they will win. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see. For Chelsea, Mudryk suspended. Reece James doubtful. I doubt Reece James plays because at this point, I don't think we want to risk him that much. I don't know. Levi Colwill, not because he's injured. I think he's fully fit. You could say he's played 90 minutes in one of the games he played for the academy, according to who was the person that told me that? Let me not misquote anybody. One, he played 20 minutes. One, he played 90 minutes. So he might play, but I think you cannot measure the intensity of the senior or senior competition with that of the under 21s and all that. I think it'd be a huge risk. Jorgensen, I think he's been fit for a while now, but even if he's fit, he's not starting over Robert Sanchez. Jamie Gittins, I don't know how ready he is. I honestly do not know whether he's ready to play or not. But we will find out. All right, let's see. Mudryk is suspended for 4 years. I don't think it'd be 4 years. I think, remember, he's using the same law firm that helped Paul Pogba reduce his to 18 months. And the truth remains that time served counts. Yeah. Because he's been on the, how do you phrase that? Is it provisional suspension or so? That counts. It's been up to 2 years plus, and the Paul Pogba case for me did set a precedent, which I think the court will. I think they'd have to oblige to that fact and reduce his too, in my opinion. And I think in this case, actually, he's saying he knew nothing about it, that the FA, Ukrainian FA, was the people that provided what they had for me, which is absolute horse dunk to some extent, because other players, why didn't other players test, test positive to that? But he could also argue that he was targeted. There are other ways that you could say to get around. I'm not a lawyer, but for me, it's common sense to say something to like, no, I don't think so. He won't be 4 years. Probably he could actually be back in action at the end of the season, at most next season. I don't think so. Definitely Paul Pogba's situation, for me, sets precedent. That's my opinion anyway. All right, let's see. And I think Chelsea does seem, Chelsea do seem to still support him, as reports suggest. And something that's reflective of that fact is the fact that he still has his picture on the club's website, and I don't know whether he's registered for the Premier League, but he's listed as one of the players on the website. So for me, that shows that the club, yeah, they still support him, and that could be a sign that he could still play for the club again. All right, but that's by the way. Let's look at this. Nottingham Forest, in their last 5 games, they scored 6. Dang it. They beat Sunderland 5-0, beat Burnley 4-1. They've been in red hot form. The only team, FC Porto, they beat them by 1-0. But look at the teams they beat Aston Villa too. Yeah. So they scored 6 goals here, 10 goals, 11, 12 goals in 5 games, and all difficult games. And for us, Chelsea, in 5, I'm not going to count this one that we scored 7 goals. It was against Port Vale. I'm not counting that one. It doesn't make any sort of sense. In how many? Let's just go in Premier League games, all Premier League games. Listen, I'm not counting that one. We scored just 1 goal in 5 Premier League games and lost 5 in total, and conceded a lot. Conceded 3 here, 1 here, that's 4. Conceded 3 here, that's 7 goals in total. I'm not saying because of these facts that we're definitely losing tomorrow. It can change. You just cannot script football, and I think that common knowledge. But it doesn't look good on paper. But I think we're capable of beating them. We can. I think they will make changes because I don't know. It just wouldn't make sense if they're prioritizing. It just wouldn't make sense if they're prioritizing Europa. Is it the conference? Which one? If they're prioritizing, is it which one is this actually? Europa League. If they're prioritizing Europa League over the Premier League, I don't think they would want to relegate. To get relegated, I think they would want to stay up, and at the same time, they would want to win the Europa League too. So I don't think they'd make a lot of changes. I don't think they're going to make a lot of changes. So if we're going by goals concession and goals scored in the last 5 games, this suggests that they're definitely going to beat us. But I wouldn't go by that alone. I think we have a much better squad, irrespective of what we're going through. Whether, you can say we'll be able to beat them, I'm not going to answer that question. That's up to the manager and the players to answer, really. Liverpool has Chelsea, City, and Brentford in the next 3 games. So I can somehow see them. You can somehow see them losing the 3 of them. It's a possibility because but in all honesty, Jay, they've been, you can say, they've been very, very shaky defensively. And they don't look like they are, you can say, that confident. But I get your point. But it's difficult. I don't see them losing all of them. If we win our remaining 4, we can still get Champions League football. I mean, hoping it's not a bad thing anyway. Possession football is back to Nottingham. I'm not sure I understand that. Easy 1-0 win for Chelsea, you think? We'll see. I'm just, you can say, looking forward to it. For the fact that Rosinia is no longer our manager. If we're still our manager, I'd say we're definitely not winning. Because we was clear that the players stopped playing for him, and you could argue that actually before switching to McFarlane or caretaker manager, that low confidence had already set in, which a huge issue. You understand? My bro is in the house. You deserve fireworks, bro. We need to arrange a collaboration, man. We do need to arrange a collaboration, and I do look forward to it. You're my G. My G is in the house. What here? Fireworks for you, really. Fireworks for my G, Marsha. Where is it? FC. Big up, big up, big up, big up, my bro. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding time to stop by and say hello to me. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Masha. And if you're watching, I know we don't have too many people watching. If you haven't, go check out his YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Just click the three dots to his name. I don't know why I haven't created a command. I think I'm going to find time to create that so that whenever he's here, I will trigger the command and Mod Manor will share the link to his YouTube channel automatically. Big up to you, my bro. Reach out, bro. We need to. We have to collaborate. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by to say hello. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation this particular evening. So let's see. This here says, Arteta don't scratch himself after a loss. Pep would scratch himself like a 10-year-old after. I think he's a sore loser. I think it'd be accurate to say that. Or, I don't know. I don't think it'd be accurate to say he's a sore loser. I think it'd be more accurate to say he doesn't like to lose. Because I've seen him speak after a loss. He usually gives credit to the better side and say, we deserve to lose. And then he's that sort of manager, after losing to a particular manager, he usually does his own work, because he's a bitter loser, which isn't a bad thing. I think it's important to, again, whatever you do in life, whenever you lose, it's important that you do self-reflection, learn lessons from what has led to you failing to not do well in certain situations, and then learn from it and do better next time. He's that sort of manager. Since losing to Chelsea, you could say in the Champions League final, and before that Champions League final, I think we had beaten them in a club competition or Premier League, 1-0. It was Marcos Alonso that scored the long goal or so. I think after that, Thomas Tuchel couldn't beat him until he left Chelsea, because he did his homework. And I knew us, because they beating them again under Tuchel at the time, I didn't know it was going to extend till now. But I knew at the time it would be very difficult for Tuchel to beat him again at the time. So, yeah. We've seen all this, so it's time to go use Chelsea Perspective's web app. And if you're following Chelsea Perspective, and if you haven't, if you don't use the Chelsea Perspective web app, you will see Chelsea's upcoming game. You will see all Chelsea players there. You see Chelsea's schedule. You see Chelsea stats. I think I should just click through all of them so you see it. Go to www.chelseaperspective.com. And you have to be signed in to be able to use the Juju predictor. We're still training an AI. We're training to be able to predict Chelsea games. Right now, it's gotten out of 21 predictions. It has 11 correct results, but hasn't gotten any exact results. Because, yeah, the game can be fluid. It uses statistical formulas to try to come up with an accurate prediction for a particular game. Chelsea can only revive next year. No, look, this year I've said just like the Bluetooth game said, I've checked out. But I'm just watching the game. You could argue as a neutral, but anything can still happen anyway. So look at what you can do on the website, on the web app, not basic website. There are quizzes. I think we have, how many quizzes right now? I think about 5 quizzes, Chelsea quizzes you can play with. It's on this day, usually 3 items. This one, a classic Chelsea victory, a dominant masterclass. The Blues put on a show against Arsenal. Yep. What year? 3 years ago. Okay. The next one, 2-0 victory against Liverpool. Dembaba and Willian found the net. Chelsea secured a hard-earned victory against Liverpool. So the third one, we beat Arsenal also. Florian Malouda and Didier Drogba found the net as Chelsea secured a hard-earned victory against Arsenal, and that was 17 years ago. That's That's the on this day. So this you can click the squad. This presents you with the Chelsea squad and everything. But I don't think in most cases you need this. You already know the players. It has them. It has their stats. It has the statistics of each player there, and then you can check the Chelsea schedule. It shows you all the schedule, and you can participate in predictions. You can predict the result of our next of our game tomorrow. Today, for some of you, against Nottingham Forest at home. You can predict the Liverpool game, predict all the games. We gave away a Chelsea kit for the last person that you say had got the most predictions, the most accurate predictions. I think it was Dante. Yeah, it was Dante that won it. You can also rate Chelsea players. Then you can also from the homepage. Let me show you. I'm not going to show you all the features on the Chelsea Perspective web app today, but I'll show you a few, and then we'll get back to the match preview. Then you can go to the lineup builder. We use that all the time whenever we do prediction shows. You can create a lineup and download it and share it. You can, if you're a content creator, I advise you go full width. Yep, you can go full width for lineup prediction exercise. Then it goes full width like this. You can do a combined 11. If you want to do a combined 11, you switch it to combined 11. That way, you can select the team we're playing against and do the combined 11. Okay, so but we're not using this now. You can also do what's it called? Tier list, downloadable tier list, a downloadable also lineup. If you do a lineup, you can download it. All right, let me catch up. Then we get back. We can get back to the match preview exercise again. And we'll use Juju Predictor to see what it predicts the game will be. I just wanted to name it something African, Nigerian to be more specific. That's why I used Juju. All right, let's see. Where did I stop here? I read my bros. Man, he says he'll reach out soon for collaboration. I'm guessing. And also, it says... Ateta, okay, we've read that one and that one too. And who do we have here? O'Shane Black, thank you. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. O'Shane says, he says, tomorrow's game will start when my work starts. So they had better make my day and not and not let you be grouchy, perform poorly, and lose your job. I get it. If you love the club enough, I think every time we lose a game, whether the game is a mere formality or not, it hurts. You know, it can be painful, again, whenever we lose a game, but I do understand where you're coming from. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with, like last season, all games from now are final. Come on, you Blues, let's go. I hope we win all of them. Whether it makes a difference for us come the end of the season, I honestly don't know, but I want my team to win every game, and I'm happy. I think we're capable of winning now. And I'm going to say something I've said 1,000 times as this particular should progress. If we still had, what's his name? If we had Rosinia as our manager still, I'd say, yeah, we're definitely losing. Yes, that's how it's pronounced. I am the beautiful island of Jamaica. Big up, man. Pop, 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 pop. Heights and jobless. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, brother. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Heights again to our Jamaican bro, O'Shane. Like last season, all games. Yep, I agree with you. Honestly, I appreciate you saying that. All right, let's use again to use all these things that I'm showing you. The lineup builder, the Lone Watch, Chelsea schedule stats, and there's also a community there. When games are on, you can also go to the community, watch along there, post, comment, get responses. You can also follow each other on chelseaperspective.com. A lot of goodies there on the app, quizzes and everything. We're not adding news consistently because that's a lot of work for one man alone until we get somebody to help. So let's try Juju Predictor and see what Juju Predictor will predict, what it predicts will be the outcome. All right, again, to use Juju Predictor, go to chelseaperspective.com, sign up. You can sign up with your Google account to be able to use everything there. Consult on the spirits according to Juju Predictor. Ooh. Gee. Juju Predictor predicts 1-1 draw. Oh my. And it sounds about right, in my opinion. I think it's believable that the game will end in 1-1 draw. So Juju Predictors, Juju Insight says, Chelsea's inconsistent run meets Nottingham Forest's most solid form. The Blues need to find their rhythm. Do I think we do that in that game against Nottingham Forest at the Breach? It's a possibility. So I believe Juju Predictor 1-1 draw prediction. That's not to say that certainly we're not going to beat them. Chances are it could break either way. Listen, if we're going by numbers alone, numbers and team form alone, it'd be accurate to say we're definitely losing. But it's important to almost always consider the quality of the squad. We have a very, very, very not perfect, but we have a good enough, you can say a much better squad than Nottingham Forest. You cannot discount that, irrespective of how poor we'd been before McFarlane became our caretaker manager. You should know that. Also, that the slightest change in approach makes life a lot more difficult for the opposition manager. And I knew that was how I knew we were definitely going to beat Leeds United, because of the change, the managerial change, and more importantly, the change in approach. And I knew that McFarlane was going to deploy a more cautious approach. You could argue, I think the more accurate thing to say, that he was going to deploy a more balanced approach. We weren't defensive against Leeds United, but we were a bit more cautious. There weren't that many spaces for Leeds United to exploit, just like was the case under Rosenior. So I knew that a change in the managerial change for me would do us a world of good, and I think that has happened. I think we're capable of beating Nottingham Forest at home, but yeah, if we're considering the poor run of form in the Premier League, plus the awesome form of Nottingham Forest, it'd be easy to say, we're definitely losing. But I think the system, considering the fact that we've changed a manager, which the change of a change in approach makes life a lot more difficult for the opposition manager, which is why it is predicting a 1-1 draw. And I'm going for it. That's not to say that it will end up not breaking either way. It could break to them beating us at home or us beating them at home. But definitely there could be, say, it could end in a draw. Most likely a draw, in my opinion. The squad quality balances things out, and the managerial switch also and change in approach, for me, those factors help balance things out. Irrespective of how poor we've been in the Premier League, I don't think that necessarily means that we're definitely going to lose against Nottingham Forest at home. All right, but that's by the way. So once again, Juju Insight, the Juju Predictor says, Chelsea inconsistent run meets Nottingham Forest's more solid form. The Blues need to find their rhythm. So you could argue, let's see what happens. So to use this app, just go to chelseaperspective.com. You can install it on your phone and use it as a native app. You can also install it on your desktop. So without wasting much of your time, I think we're going to go to the lineup prediction exercise, and let's hear you. Anything else you want to say about the game? Let's hear you. There's not much to talk about it. I think they have a squad not as good as the Chelsea squad, but more of a unit than we are. You could argue, more importantly, they're in a better form than we are in the league, and also in the European competition. They are in the semi-finals, and they are one goal up after the first leg. All right, let's go to. We're not doing tier list. We're not doing long watch. We're doing lineup. All right, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We're going closer and closer. We're getting closer and closer to 30K subscribers. And once we get to 30K subscribers, as promised, we're going to do a kit giveaway. Yeah, custom kit giveaway. It depends. If you prefer the cash equivalent of that, when we get to 30K subscribers, you will get it. But thank you for joining. To all of you who joined us from Casually FC's YouTube channel, we appreciate you. He's a real G and a friend of mine, fellow American, I believe. I think so. But yeah, he's an excellent content creator, keeps his objective, never let his emotions drive his opinion. And that's one thing I like about him more importantly. So we go, what, lineup prediction exercise. We're going to go full screen. If you're a content creator, you can also use the lineup prediction, lineup predictor, or lineup builder on trustedperspective.com. You can save your prediction if you're predicting the next game, because we get the average pick for each position, which shows us the fans predicted 11 against any team in particular before the game. All right, let's see. We're gonna go full screen because we want to be seeing everything, and I want to switch to 4-2-3-1. And I like using, let me choose my favorite stadium style. I like the frost, so that I get good contrast with the picture and name of the names of the players. I think that's usually very, very helpful. All right, for the goalkeeping position, one more thing I like to do, I like the squarish version, not the circular version. Robert Sanchez. Yeah, I don't think that changes anytime soon. It'd be a friendly before we'd see any other goalkeeper got the 6 for us. I think it will be him for the rest of the season. And then when preseason kicks off, then you can see the manager, whoever is in charge from that then onward, switch things around just for the sake of all the goalkeepers getting minutes. But I think it's going to be Robert Sanchez from now to the end of the season. Yeah, right back. I don't think Reece James starts this game. It just wouldn't make sense. He might play a part, but I don't think it'd be from the start of the game. I think we're going to see Malo Gusto start. Correct me. If I pick any player that's suspended or you've heard that's injured, let me know. Malo Gusto, I think he starts this game. Left back. I think we're going to see Yoro Hart to start in the left back position. I don't know whether they've decided they're going to be using him as a centre back, because McFarlane did say something that suggests that might actually be the case. He talked about why he had to choose Tosin over Yoro Hato. He did mention that it's because of Tosin's height and aerial ability. So does that mean that he doesn't see Hato as a centre back, as a left back, so to speak? I don't know, but I think we could see Cucurella rested for the FA Cup final. Correct me if I'm wrong. That'd be the next game after this one. Let me check to be sure. I'm not throwing numbers out of my wazoo and at you. But whatever happens, I think we're going to see how to start this game. I think it makes sense to give Cucurella a rest, not to risk too much. I think Hato, he's proven, he can hold his own. He can actually deputize, you could say, come in place of Cucurella to get the job done. He's actually quicker than Cucurella. He's also good 1v1, but I'm not saying he can measure Cucurella 1v1, but he's a good defender and he's rapid. His recovery pace, I don't think anybody at Chelsea measures his recovery pace. Let's say, be more specific from a defensive perspective. He's really, really quick. I think he has to be one of the quickest players at Chelsea. He is that quick. really. So I think it makes sense. This is not. I'm not trying. You can say I'm not trying a preferred 11 here. I'm trying the 11. I think I don't know. We don't know McFarlane too well. We don't actually know him well enough. We're just assuming that he's going to do certain things because doing that makes sense, not necessarily because he's definitely going to do things that way. But I think it makes sense for Kukurea to just be on the bench in case we need him, and for Hato to start on the day. We don't know, but I believe he'd do that. We don't have enough, it's a sample size to be able to accurately predict the 11 that we believe he'd select on the day to play for Chelsea Football Club. Now, Chalobah is back. I think he's going to start. Yeah, I do think Trevor Chalobah starts on the day. I do think Chalobah start. And once again, if you're watching, if you want to use this app, it is our own. Go to chelseaperspective.com. You can sign up with your Google email. You can create lineup, build lineup, and download them. You can do tier list, download them. You can play around with the quiz. You can see news, old news. We've not been uploading news consistently. A lot of fun stuff there, quizzes and all that. Follow, what's it called? Also, loan watch also, which works. We don't have matches every 3 days, so I don't see him not starting Kukurea. So which means we could you can say but it's still a risk. He could get injured playing on the day, even if we don't have matches every 3 days. I think it's still if we have the luxury of not playing one player in all the games, why not do it? And I think what's his name, Hato, he's proven to be a capable debutant, or maybe I think the most accurate one would be you could say he's capable of, you could say, playing in the absence of Kukurea. So it wouldn't hurt to not risk Kukurea getting injured before an all-important FA Cup final against Manchester City. So I would, even though we don't play every 3 days, would it make sense not to play Hato after benching him for the last game? I don't know. But I think we could see Tosin again in this game. Let's hear you, Jay. Do you think we'll see Tosin again? I think we will. Yeah, line up here. Yep, Chris Wood. Definitely. And Wood is fully fit. And yeah, I think we're going to see Tosin. Because say what you like about him. And Dante called it before the last game. Dante knew he was going to start this game. Not necessarily because he's the greatest of defenders. But in all honesty, if we're being truthful, Tosin is the best box defender currently at Chelsea. And aerially also the best. And in those games where I don't want to give Dante too much credit because I don't like him. But in all honesty, if you look at all those games where we knew that the manager started him because of his aerial ability, he did his job. He hardly ever loses aerial duels. And if you can play with a structure to ensure he doesn't get exposed unnecessarily, he gets the job done for you. Whatever you do, just don't set up in the manner that that Tosin would find himself needing to catch up with the player, or in most cases, in 1v1 situations, then don't set up in a manner that he will find himself in such situations during games. But if you can actually, I think Enzo Maresca was able to do that. McFarlane was able to do it in our last game against Leeds United. You just need to find a way to mask that deficiency of his. And I think, in my opinion, I'd say having Hato on the pitch could do that. Even Cucurella don't defend like that these days. Cucurella is that sort of player that he's you could say, although he's the way he applies himself on the pitch does come across as erratic on sometimes, but it's usually effective. He's usually, that's why I call him a sweeper defender. He reads the game so well that even when the guys in the central area make mistakes, Cucurella is almost always, you'd see him almost always behind them in place to ensure we don't concede from the mistakes that his center backs made, so to speak. So I think Hato is capable of that, given the fact that he has excellent recovery pace. So if Hato starts and Tosin starts on the left-hand side there, I think he'll still be good. And rest Cucurella. Be sure we don't want to risk any issues or anything leading to him not being, you can say, eligible to play against Manchester City in the final. You understand? So, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But I'd like this back line, honestly, because Tosin, say what you like about him, I think he started suffering from a change in approach at some point. Tosin, he's one of our, you can say he's the best box defender that we have at the club. Aerially, the best. You just have to set up in a manner that he doesn't get exposed. And he can read the game very well, actually. I think we'll be good with this back line, with Hato flanking him with this quick, you can say two quick fullbacks, and the two central guys. Those two are actually, I don't trust Chalobah aerially. I'd rather what's his name, Fofana aerially. But you could argue, definitely, I think Chalobah starts this one. All right. Yeah, I understand your point there. You predict a loss. I mean, it's a possibility. I wouldn't argue against that. It's a possibility. We use Juju Predictor, which is if you're signed up to Chelsea Perspective web app, which is where we're doing this lineup prediction. We're using the lineup builder to do this. We have a Juju Predictor. Juju Predictor predicts a 1-1 draw, which I think it could break either way. We could beat them. They could beat us. And whatever the outcome, not too worried, honestly. But I just want us to beat them. But they could beat us. So yeah, your prediction could be accurate. I'm not arguing against that. So 2 6s, definitely. I don't see a world where Moises Caicedo doesn't start this one. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Where is he? I think we're gonna have our best 11 on the pitch on the day. We don't actually have, again, in this I wouldn't mind playing a Sugo. He's a physical specimen, and I think we're underrating him. I think he's gonna explode once he gets a real chance. He's a serious destroyer, and you cannot bully him. I think his time, I think his time will come. I think his time will come. I don't know where you get. I don't like you. Jesus Christ, Yakon, that's not nice, man. What did he do to you? Huh? Yakon, what did Tosin do to you? Dang it. All right. Ocean says, I don't want to see Tosin on the lap nowhere near tomorrow's lineup. I think Tosin will start because of Chris Wood. He's good aerially. And without Tosin, I don't think we can neutralize that or nullify that Yeah, you can neutralize him or nullify his aerial threat. I don't think we can with that person. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same about about Garnacho. Um, I'm I'm a nice person. You guys cannot get me to go to hell. I'm not going to hellfire, really. But I get your point. With Rosinho out, I am expecting a better definitely. Whether we win, I can't go to that extent. I think we'll play much better. We used Juju Predictor. Once again, Juju Predictor is an AI trained. It's still learning. Match Predictor that's on chelseaperspective.com. You can sign up with your Google account. When you sign up, here are the things, a lot of fun for you. You can build a lineup, download and share. You can do a tier list, download and share. You can check Loan Watch, check our squad, injury news and everything. Quizzes, have fun with quizzes. But yeah, let's see. I'm going to go back to the lineup window and see what we can do there. All right. Who starts? I know you guys can help me out. Who do you think starts? I think Lavia will start again. Yeah, I think Lavia will start here. Romeo Lavia, serious baller. Hopefully he stays fit. I just want him to stay fit. He's showing the signs are good. I just don't want to get my hopes all high, and then he gets injured again. That's gonna hurt badly. So I hope he stays fit to come. You can say be part of preseason. Start the coming season with us. Mike get to see such a footballer. He's such an excellent footballer. He was really, really good. Again, in a few games he's been really good in a few games he's played, and the signs are good. But please do not disappoint me. I don't want to start calling you a part-time player again. Please, Romeo, stay fit. All right. Let's see. I think I read that one too. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation this evening. If you haven't, please take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We have 22 likes and we still have 67 people following the show on YouTube, and I know we can do a lot better. Please, if you haven't, once again, take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to Chelsea Perspective if you haven't. And if you want to build a lineup like this one where you can do a combined 11 also, download it and share it. Go to chelseaperspective.com. You can install it on your mobile device and use it as a native mobile app on your desktop. You can create lineups and download them. You can create tier lists and download them. A lot of fun stuff on there. We're making it strictly Chelsea. I know we can start making money from it if we make it football in general, but it's strictly Chelsea schedule and all of that. That way, just for making Chelsea fans happy. We know we can make money, but we just want to keep it like this. And I can say is, what are the chances Xavi Alonso risks his career to sign for Blue Co? I don't know. I'm just gonna leave your comment the way it is. I'm not gonna try to respond to your comment given the way you phrased it. You're not gonna get that out of me today. But the only thing I'm gonna say, it's a lie that some managers don't wanna. That some managers wouldn't want the Chelsea job. I think it's a lie. If anything, they would want the job, but would demand certain things change. And according to a Spanish outlet that we address that on Chelsea Perspective, I think a few days ago, I can't quite remember, but it was an X. They're suggesting, but I don't know, it could be down to poor translation, really. Some are saying that what the Spanish outlet says translates to Alonso being interested in the Chelsea job and vice versa, and Chelsea being interested in Alonso. And some outlets are also saying that he's actually leading the race for the Chelsea job. But I get it. People are already saying that Iraola would need convincing to become the next Chelsea manager, which I think it's a freaking lie. And I'm gonna say this anyway. Some Chelsea, some managers, some you can say, some managers up there with the especially up and coming managers, some of the best up and coming managers, if they get the opportunity, and the fact that again, and also given the promises of you can say us signing more experienced players come summer, some of them would want to take it, even for the sake of you can say polishing their resume and then proving that they can coach a team like Chelsea or they can do well in the Premier League and then move on, just like Maresca did with us. Because I still argue I loved Maresca and I believe you can say it would have been a better decision to convince him to at least finish the season with us, irrespective of whether he told us in October 2025 that if should managerial vacancy emerge at Manchester City that he was going to take it, I think would be better off. Irrespective of how you can say whether we have a bad squad or imbalanced squad or we need that defenders and we didn't sign them, I think it would have been better of convincing him to finish the season with us. But I still say his plan was always to use Chelsea to show Manchester City that he can coach at the highest level and do well, given the fact that it was easy for him to leave the job and still not open to join any other club. And from what we're hearing, his next job would be the Manchester City job. But that's just my theory. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I just want to put that out there. That it's a lie to suggest that I'm not saying you haven't said that yourself. Maybe you have that belief yourself. I don't know. But a lot of people are saying certain managers wouldn't want the Chelsea job. There are a few that wouldn't want it because they have better option. But for those that are available, I think a lot of them would say yes to it. Especially up and coming managers would take it to polish their resume and maybe move on later on. All right, let's see. I must admit, ever since thank you. I don't want to read that, but I've liked your objectivity. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Shane Black. I don't always comment because I might be multitasking, but I am tuned in on Sundays. I appreciate you. Thank you for saying that. That makes me happy. Thank you, Shane. I cannot thank you enough. So I want to hear from you guys. I think this will be the pairing, and the truth remains, our approach, especially in the attacking area, will almost always be a fluid approach. You can say always a fluid approach. You can say a liquid approach if you want. So I'm going to say here, Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, I'm going to say Enzo Fernandez here. Let's see. What else do we have? There you go. I think it's going to be there. And I'm going to say Cole Palmer on the right hand side. Called Ice Palmer. And I'm going to say here, I think it's going to be Neto. Pedro. I think Cole Palmer starts this one. Yeah, let me see. Where is it? I'm sure. If it's not fully fit, I haven't heard anything that suggests that Cole Palmer isn't fully fit. Where's Pedro Neto? Where is he? Forwards? I developed this and I still don't understand it that much. All right, let's see. Oh my gosh, I think I need to add a search feature. It will make it a lot easier. So defenders, let's go from defenders to forwards. He should be here. Okay, Liam Delap is here. Jamie Bynor Gittins. What happened? Is this going nuts? I think it should be... Okay, there you go. Listed on that what category here. But I'm just going to put him there. Of course, number 9. João Pedro. I think even if, again, if we're going to see anything different from this 11 here we're looking at on the screen, I think it'd be slightly different. I don't think it'd be that much of a difference. I think it'd be a slight difference, maybe in the defensive area. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see on the day. And we can beat them. Of course, the captain, Enzo Fernandez. So let me make him the captain. So Enzo Fernandez will be the captain on the day. I think that's the 11 we see, which is between the sticks, Robert Sanchez, two centre-backs, and Tosin Adarabioyo. In my opinion, at Chelsea, he's the best box defender and best aerially, in my opinion. Trevor Chalobah, I think, starts this game. Right back, Malo Gusto. I don't think Reece James starts. I think he will play a part. Whether he starts and goes off, I don't think so. I think he's going to be probably, the aim would be for him to be, you can say, ready to play against Manchester City. I think he'll play a part, maybe not start. Left back, Yorel Hato. 260s, Romeo Lavia and Moises Caicedo. In the 10th position, that doesn't necessarily mean, yeah, he operates as a traditional 10. As I've said before, we usually can play with a very liquid or fluid approach in the attacking area. Pedro Neto, left wing, Cole Ice Palmer, right wing, and number 9 position, João Pedro. I think that's the 11 we're going to see on the day. And that's my opinion. But if you differ, if you don't think any of the picks, if you think any of the selections on the screen, the players selected that you see on the screen will not participate on the day, you let me know. It'd be interesting to see how you differ. Then after this, I think we're gonna go final news hunting night. I think this is the one. We're gonna go news hunting for the last time before we call it a day. And yeah, let me know if you rather see certain players in certain positions. But I think this is the 11 we'll see. If it's going to be different, it will be in the defensive area. But in the forward area, you could argue from the 266 upward. I think we'll see those 6 players actually. Right, we go news hunting. See if anything new emerged as the show progressed. On Vince's timeline, most likely enough, because he'd probably be in bed right now. But I'm gonna go to Chelsea Dodgers. Give me a second while I refresh that page and make sure it's ready. I don't want you to be looking at the screen while it loads. All right, more mana, and please, more likes, people, more likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. And remember, once we hit 30K subscribers, we will do a giveaway, a kit giveaway to celebrate the milestone. And you can request for the cash equivalent rather than the kit. Up to you. All right, let's see. O'Shane Black. I appreciate you, my Jamaican bro. Making an arrangement to one of our Jamaican followers to record interviews with Chelsea fans after each game, and he's agreed to do that. He just told me, to let him know whenever I'm ready. I think next season, we'll be ready for all that, all those aspects, and it's gonna be great. And by the way, my other brother Ty is Jamaican. Yep. I don't like him because he's late. Lateness, they say, is greatness. Ty, I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation, by the way. And indeed, lateness is greatness. And keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation. A lot of stuff about Callum McFarlane. I think these are things we've already, yep, show the flag, man. These are the things that we've already covered, but we're not going to go look at it again. So I'm going to see if anything new emerged that Blue Dodgers, Chelsea Dodgers is, you can say, presenting. Then we can look at it before we call it a day. Chelsea Dodger. There you go. His account grew so fast. I remember when he started, he didn't have that many followers. But now he has 401k followers. Dang it. That's some exponential growth, really. All right, it's match day from Chelsea Dodgers, Nottingham Forest, Stamford Bridge, Premier League game week 35, 3 p.m. UK, 9 a.m. for me. I think we can squeeze in. Hopefully my daughter was sleeping. 9 a.m. CST for me. Sky Sports, okay. Anthony Taylor, ooh, I don't like him. I don't like him. All right, let's see. Okay, that's not news. All right, we've addressed this particular fact. Oscar, my G. I mean, nothing to lose. Forced to retire due to a heart condition, and I'm happy that you're alive. I'm very, very happy. More importantly, you're alive. Look at all the trophies he's won. Look at all of them. Oh shoot, he has 2 Premier League trophies. I didn't know that. Oscar has 2 Premier League trophies. One that's a Europa League trophy. Both at Chelsea. Shoot. And I'm happy that the Chelsea he's not Chelsea number 8 jersey is featured prominently in the picture there. I didn't know he won. Did he? 2 Premier League trophies. One that's a European League trophy there. That must be FA Cup. Wow, he's done well, really. Yeah, Anthony Taylor, indeed. Yeah, that got me concerned. Yeah. All right, Unai Emery has had a stinker. Seriously, he has. Yeah, but why would we say, I get it. It's just because they lost to Tottenham. That's why it's become an issue for Chelsea fans. They now have 75% chance to stay in the Premier League. Yeah, it looks like they might survive it, but anything could still happen. And this is another iconic picture from a Brazilian former Chelsea player in Maestro. Thiago Silva won the Portuguese league with Porto in his first season with them. My goodness, look at it. 2 of the trophies here with Chelsea. Yeah, the Champions League and the Club World Cup. What a player. Good decision to join Porto. All right, let's see. What does he say? No Cecil to West Ham anymore. Pretty terrible. Okay, I'm not reading that. What else do we have here? Okay, Pedro Neto's 100 game for Chelsea. Has he played that already? Okay, he's played that already. Underrated, in my opinion. Underrated. Andreas Santos picture during training session. Lauren James's excellent goal. I don't want to show that here for copyright. I don't want to get into trouble for infringing anybody's copyright. Anything important here? Nothing else. I think it's about time we called it a day. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 33 minutes. And I think I've enjoyed myself interacting with you all. And I cannot thank you enough. Should we look at what Petr Cech he said? Okay, let's see what Petr Cech has to say about Chelsea. Didier Drogba. Okay, with his son, Kieran Drogba. So let's see. Okay, Ty here, because I asked, did Oscar win 2 Premier League trophies? So Ty saying, Premier League in 2015 and left in January 2017, but he played enough games to be eligible. So yeah, to get a medal. So excellent. So thank you for that. So Petr Cech, let's see what the legendary Chelsea goalkeeper, what he has to say Petr Cech, the goalkeepers are not being helped by the overall situation. As a goalkeeper, if your team is struggling, then you have a bit of a problem yourself too, because you are exposed and there's a lot of pressure on you. Yeah, I mean, it's common sense. That can affect your performance before, as a goalkeeper, you rely on teamwork and the help of the people around you or the system around you. That's excellent, because if your goalkeeper faces pressure, chances the opposition gets a chance to score against them, and that in most cases makes them look bad. Rob Sanchez, you can see he's got a huge potential, and there are games where you see it. You see his ability, his shot-stopping ability, and the saves he can produce at times. But there are things for him to work on as well. His consistency. He has games when he obviously makes wrong decisions, and as a goalkeeper, you know these decisions are really visible. The situation with Filip Jorgensen is an interesting one, because every time he got the chance to come in the team, a few times he's got injured and things did not happen as well for him as he would have liked. Based on their abilities, I am not surprised that Chelsea brought them in, but I don't think the team has managed to get the most of them. I agree, Jorgensen isn't a bad goalkeeper, and here's what I've observed from the case of Filip Jorgensen. Whenever he's had to come in for he's had to come in for Robert Sanchez, I think he's struggled a lot. He seemed to be not settled, or maybe you could say too eager to prove that he's a much better goalkeeper, leading to him making some silly mistakes. Because I don't think, if you look at his performances for us in the Conference League, irrespective of how you rate the competition, I don't think it'd be accurate to say he's not a goalkeeper. He's not a good goalkeeper. He is a good goalkeeper, and he's still very young. But maybe he doesn't have the confidence, you could say, to do well whenever called upon, to take the place of Robert Sanchez. He usually, again, doesn't do well under the pressure, knowing that, if he does well, he'd become the number one, or maybe the fear of measuring the sort of performance that Robert Sanchez has showed on between the sticks for us. And Petr Cech also here says you have to look at what you want to achieve. You can have young, talented players and you can win, but it's very rare that you manage to do that if you concentrate on bringing young, talented players and make them better. That's one thing. But if you are to win every season and compete every season, that does not go together. Consistency is something that's commonplace with young squads. No, it's something we've talked about here 1,000 times. No surprises there. You have to change your philosophy, so to speak. Certain things don't go together, because in order to win a Champions League or a Premier League, these are really tough competitions, and you have to be consistent. You need to have a strong core of the team, and then you can bring young, talented players who will grow faster because of the presence of the much older and more experienced players. Yeah, to guide them. You can say to help. You can say facilitate their growth. So that makes perfect sense now. So it says these are really tough competitions, and you have to be consistent. You need to have a strong core of a team, and then you can bring in young, talented players who will grow faster, and then will be held by the experienced players. Held by the experienced players to help navigate them through difficult times. Then they will come good, just like Coachila said. And pay attention to the way he put it. He's not condemning what they're doing. He does acknowledge it does work, but it can be inconsistent. And we knew that. We knew it would take a long time for them to start performing consistently. because they lack that. You learn to deal with certain situations in football by experiencing it in the first place. If you haven't experienced it, you wouldn't know how to navigate it if you encounter such issue in the future. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We're seeing a few things here that we hadn't addressed, and we haven't, like I said, come across since the start of the show. So we'll be calling it a day in a bit. The legacy of the club was winning trophies. So if you take any Chelsea fan who started following the team over the last 15 years, all they've seen is success. When you have a period when you are not successful and the positions, give me 1 second here, and the positions in the league are not as good, then of course the fans will feel that the fans will question that. And things that's exactly the situation at the club right now. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I don't think there's anything new here, actually, to read. And Petacek also here says it's different. Maybe if I were there on daily basis, I would recognize Chelsea. I would see it differently. Chelsea will always be in my heart, and I want them to do well, but it's a different club right now. I get it. I don't think, again, it's things have been bad, but I don't think it'd be accurate to say it's all been all doom and gloom, so to speak. All right, people, I think with that, we've come to the natural end of this particular edition of the Chelsea News Roundup show. We come on air every day at 5 or 6, you can say mostly 6 p.m. CST, 5:30, 6 p.m., 6:30 CXT on a daily basis. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. And I want to say thank you to my bro Ty for finding the time to join the conversation this particular evening. And O'Shane, my Jamaican bro, thank you. Yakon, thank you also. Who else was here? And I cannot forget that the Blue Tiffle game was also here. I appreciate it so much. My bro. I said Blue Tiffle game, and my daughter is trying to say the same thing. All right, thank you to... All right, you got it, Mama, you got it. All right, thank you to Casually FC for joining the conversation. Who also was here? Thank you to Kinetic Energy. Jay was also here. And if I miss your name, apologies, I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge to our voices to the light. We love for the team stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. For unity we trust.
From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Old stories, living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, we rise again. We rise again. Blue till
I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the badge says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know. We don't chase a moment, we are the home. Hands up high, voice up loud. Same old pride, same crowd. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Yeah. Ooh. Blue till the end, blue till the end. Loyalty stays even through the storm. From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the badge says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know. We don't chase a moment, we are the home. Hands up
just don't get it.
First game I watched, didn't know the score, just knew I'd be back for more. Cold hands, hot cheeks in the hallway glow, a stranger yelling shoot from the row. I kept score on a folded receipt, saw my name in the bounce of the seats. You laugh like I've been here before, then I knew, yeah I knew for sure. Now my heart runs there every time you call. One small spark turns into it all. I'm back for more, I'm back for more. Same old roar, I'm back for more. You call, I run, you smile, I fall. I'm back for more, through it all. Now I know the plays by the way they bend, know the look when the season leans. Got a worn-out jacket on the backseat now, in a secret grin I wear out loud. You still ask why I care this much, like it's just a game, just luck. But I saw my life in that opening tip, one quick move and I was in it. Now my heart runs there every time you call. One small spark turns into it all. I'm back for more, I'm back for more. Same old roar, I'm back for more. You call, I run, you smile, I fall. I'm back for more, through it all. Oh, maybe I can't explain it right, maybe that's the whole damn truth. Some things hit once then stay, like a name carved through. I'm back for more, I'm back for more. Same old roar, I'm back for more. You call, I run, you smile, I fall. I'm back for more, through it all. Oh.
You ever try to explain this to someone, and they just don't get it?
First game I watched, didn't know the score, just knew I'd be back for more. Cold hands, hot cheeks in the hallway glow, a stranger yelling shoot from the row. I kept score on a folded receipt, saw my name in the bounce of the seats. You laugh like I've been here before, then I knew, yeah I knew for sure. Now my heart runs there every time you call. One small spark turns into it all. I'm back for more, I'm back for more. Same old roar, I'm back for more. You call, I run, you smile, I fall. I'm back for more, through it all. Now I know the plays by the way they bend, know the look when the season leans. Got a worn-out jacket on the backseat now, in a secret grin I wear out loud. You still ask why I care this much, like it's just a game, just luck. But I saw my life in that opening tip, one quick move and I was in it. Now my heart runs there every time you call. One small spark turns into it all. I'm back for more, I'm back for more. Same old roar, I'm back for more. You call, I run, you smile, I fall. I'm back for more, through it all. Oh, maybe I can't explain it right, maybe that's the truth. Some things hit once then stay, like a name carved through. I'm back for more, I'm back for more. Same old roar, I'm back for more.